Don't fall for the headline. Recently, we saw a headline that said dramatic increase. Foreclosure filings are up more than 150%. Wow, that's enough to make people panic and put a little fear in them. Let's take a look at the real numbers because you can't always trust a headline. Here are the actual foreclosure numbers all the way back to 2008. Look at this trend and how we've come down and how low, my goodness, we hit like an all-time low right here at 2021. Well, this is what that headline's talking about. That increase from 65 to 164 is a 150% increase, but it's definitely not something to panic about. Look at, let's go back here to 2008. You can see how after the market crashed in 2008, yeah, a lot of homes did go into foreclosure. This thing hit all the way up to 1.6 million. That's a ton. And look how it's come down ever since then. If you look at these numbers right here from 18 to 19, yeah, small decrease, 18%. From 19 to 20, well, that's a 44% decrease. And then this one here is a 60% decrease. We didn't see any headlines on those, did we? And you think about where we are right now. This is fine. There's nothing wrong with having a 150% increase because there was actually a moratorium on foreclosures for part of 2020 and 21. That's the thing behind the scenes that no one tells you in the headlines. But if you look into it, you go, oh, that's what happened. Now we're just getting back to a normal place.
And as we look at it, most homeowners have a lot more equity right now than they did in the past. Back in 2008, we see that the average equity in a home was right around 19% versus currently it's closer to 58%. And when you have 50% equity in a home, you have a lot of options. If you ended up needing to sell it or pulling cash out through like a home equity line of credit or cash out, homeowners just have tons of options right now because they're sitting on so much equity.
Well, and I think it's crazy because real time I'm out there with clients and I couldn't figure out why all of a sudden I have clients being like, oh, can we get a hold of those foreclosures? Like I'm getting information, and I'm like, where are you getting this? And what I found out is that these are marketing companies. They're taking advantage of the headlines and they're being like, hey, this home is foreclosing. Well, what they've done is anyone on county records can see if someone missed a payment. So they're just being like, hey, this person's in foreclosure, quote unquote. Is that home available? Absolutely not. There's no way that we could ever get that home. But this gives these big sites an opportunity to capture information. And then guess what they do? They turn around and make bank because they charge real estate agents to get those leads. And so it's crazy how people are just biting at the bit to take misinformation and spin it in every which way so that they can make some money. The other thing is that in a real true foreclosure situation, I have a client, she reached out to me, the house next door, it was foreclosed. She said, hey, there's a notice. I know it was foreclosed. I want to buy it. She even tried to get it before it was foreclosed. But here's the truth of the matter. 99% of the time, no one's ever going to have an opportunity to get it other than the bank. They buy it back. They get first right to do that. 99% of the time, they're going to do that. The only way that you can actually purchase a foreclosure in that scenario is then when they're able to release it to the market, then they list it with a real estate agent. So there is systems in play. There are checks and balances. So it is not what the headlines make it appear first and foremost. And the process is also completely different than what, again, headlines are making us believe.
Awesome. So really don't fall for the headlines. If you see something, you go, oh, I don't know about that. Reach out to one of us. Give us a holler. We will talk through whatever you're seeing and give you the real information and give you some guidance that will help you make really good decisions versus what you might be seeing on the news or social media.